Good afternoon, Nicola. It is in the afternoon now. Welcome to Gedling Country Park.
Thanks for having me.
As you can see, it's rather a windy day, and we're sitting outside the cafe because the cafe today is quite busy, half term. I'm Terry Locke. I'm the chairman of the Friends of Gedling Country Park. For my sins, I have actually been the chairman all this time. We've been around for 10 years. Our 10th birthday was September 2014. We were set up as a result of an initiative by Gedling Borough Council prior to the park actually opening.
All right.
The park celebrates its 10th birthday at the end of March this year, 2025. So 10 years of the park, been a wonderful achievement, and it's appreciated. We've gone through a journey in that time, so I'll try and just give you a brief potted history. When we were set up, we were a bunch of volunteers who came together as a result of a big meeting the council organised. They asked for people who wanted to volunteer to help organise it. We came forward, we held some meetings, and we got going after that. At that stage, obviously, the park wasn't formally open. They were still building the roads and the pathways around it.
Right.
And we did some comments, had some involvement with the council in terms of the initial overall management plan for the park. But one thing we looked at was coming together as a group of people who were eventually became the formal trustees, was to how we promoted and publicised ourselves in terms of a wider audience. What did we want to do? We looked at the various options that were out there. We could have a web page, although it was 10 years ago and web pages weren't that brilliant, but they were there. We could use social media. Could we use various other methods? And we then looked around and thought, well, what do we want to do? Actually, the first thing we did was find a logo for our group.
All right.
So you've got a unique identity.
Yeah.
It depends on what the groups are and how they are. We're a group of individuals and organisations as well who are members of our friends group, whose involvement is the support and promotion of the country park. Working with Gedling Borough Council on this. But you've got other groups. You've got mothers and children groups out there. You've got the little toddlers groups. You've got the groups for the teenagers. You've got the various other activities, and it's what people want to do. The first thing I'll say to anybody is when you're looking at social media, look at what you want to achieve with it.
Yeah.
How do you want to achieve it? So we went for Facebook. And I'm bouncing around now with the wind. People are going to enjoy watching this, expecting me to be blown away any minute. When you go on Facebook, we've stayed with Facebook in the whole of this time. And one of the things you need to look at is decide how you want to organise your structure on there. It's not Facebook as individuals, it's Facebook as a group.
Right.
So we created the group, Friends of Gedling Country Park. And within the groups, you can set them up in different types and different levels. We set ours up as a reasonably open group. You can only post on there if you've applied and been accepted as a member.
Right.
No cost, no charge to do that. But it means we can control the people who are coming in.
Yeah.
People with dubious emails, or you wonder why someone who lives perhaps 1,000 miles away
Yeah.
wants to be a member, and you think, no, not really, because they're trying to get on our group to obtain information from
Yeah.
members. So we currently have 3 administrators, and between us, all that happens is people say, I'd like to be a member. We have a quick look and we go, yes. I think in the 10 years that we've been there, we probably refused quite a lot because, as I say, they're very dubious about where they live, or
Yeah.
you look at someone and think, hang on, they've only been a Facebook member for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So why are they suddenly rushing around us? And they actually live over in Germany. So why?
Yeah.
Or you take it like this. As it stands now, we have well over 6,000
Wow.
people on the group. We probably have several hundred who are regular posters. The way we've set the group up is once we've accepted as a member, anyone can post. You can post as comments, but as the admin side, we can control what goes on. If we think something is getting a little bit off track or it's getting a little bit nasty, we can stop it.
Yeah.
We can delete a post, started the whole thing, we can stop commenting, and we have in the past deleted people who are members. In 10 years, we probably deleted no more than a dozen people
Yeah.
in that time, which I think is a fair comment.
Yeah.
And it's people who are abusing this.
Yeah.
We have a set of rules: no advertising, no abusive comments, no spam, nothing like this. We will get them who join us, we think they're okay, and then 3 days later you spot it, a nice little advert for their business.
Yeah.
That advert goes and they go.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very much these days. We encourage people to post on there quite freely and openly as the members. We encourage them to take their photographs and post their photographs. One of the good things with the Facebook page is that your header, you can set up whatever you want as your header.
Yeah.
And we, on a regular basis, change that. And we always use photographs that people have taken in the park. So it's always activities. We use the page to post information about our social activities that we're doing. We use the page that we'll copy on from Gedling's council's Facebook page. We'll copy information and share it with ours. And we share it with other groups on there. And you
Okay.
share across groups. So, for instance, there's Spotted Napoli, Spotted Netherfield, I think it is. All these other groups,
Yeah.
what's on. And we'll share with them. And we're quite honest to share with them. In fact, I noticed we have a regular advert from a group in Burton Joyce.
Right.
We don't have a problem with this because it's part of the community
That's
that
it,
we're in, and we see ourselves up here as being very, very much a linchpin
Yeah.
that people use our website, and they do use our website to promote their activities. It's not a problem, and I'm quite happy with it. We've looked at other things. We did have a Twitter account, and X as it is now, we don't bother with that any longer, and we have Instagram. The other thing, though, that's vital at the start is get yourself if it's a new group that's being set up,
Yeah.
is to make sure you need an established method of contact. This is why you want to think of a sensible email. Now, there's plenty of free email addresses, Gmail, Outlook, you can get these it doesn't cost you to have them.
Yeah.
But I would say you don't set them up with an individual's name. So you don't want Terry at Gmail. You want to say, as is the case out there, chair, FGCP chair at gmail.com. I've
Yeah.
given you all my address now. But that's how it's done. So you set one up for the finance, a secretary or whatever, because people change jobs. They come and go in organisations. They're not there all the time. And this means that they're not tied to an individual. They can pass on that and you've got your records. And it works brilliantly.
Yeah.
We were very lucky with our group because we had people with expertise on setting up websites.
Wow.
And so we were able to set up a website. We've changed our website 2 or 3 times. And on that website, we have details of how to join us. Our group, we operate a paid membership.
Yeah.
Not a lot, £5 for a single, £10 for a group. But we've been lucky because the cafe here gives us a discount.
Nice.
And so we say as a member, you get a discount. If you go on a walk with us, you don't pay as a member.
Right.
But as a member of the public, if you come on the walk, it costs you £1.
Yeah.
So we do things like, you've got to look at, do you need to raise funds? If you need to raise funds, you need to think how you're going to do it. This is the other side of the social media side and thinking about this. We're a registered charity. Very early on, within the first year of formation, we went to become a registered charity because we found that if you're looking for funding, having that charity reference number is worth its weight. It means that an organisation knows you're a valid organisation. They know you're a genuine organisation out there. And also, anyone who donates to you can take advantage of tax breaks and tax handouts. Not handouts, sorry, but tax funding. Because they've got the charity reference number to quote.
Yeah.
If you're going to become a registered charity, you have to go by the Charity Commission's rules. They give a template and a guide as to how to set up. You must remember to follow that. Make sure you get someone who's good on finance, because then they look after your financial position, because you've got to do a yearly report.
Yeah.
And you must do that. That's not really the social media side, but it's the things you need to think of. The social media side it's a way of getting out into the big wide world out there. We've now got, 6,000 plus people who've joined us over the years, and probably 600,000 active members on the website. It's great. We worry about things. We have one individual who's been with us for several years and is done a lot of photography. He's done a regular photography walk every single day. This guy's gone out and taken photographs at the same spots on the park.
Yeah.
Now he's out at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
He suffered a minor stroke recently, and what this shows the good side of the social media side is that the number of people who were really worried about how well he was, and so we've been giving actual updates on how he is to the members, because they want to know how. So it's a community, and that's the good social side that you're getting in there. It can be people post stuff that you don't like. Some people don't like things that are posted because it's not their personal choice. Please, we have to be individuals. You have to keep that line between reasonably free speech and not getting abusive.
Yeah.
You have to remember. But we'll encourage people to post things, to share what you post with other groups around you that are locally. That's not to say that you ignore the standard traditional methods, posters in church halls, posters in community centres, notice boards, etc. But the beauty of something like Facebook and the other social media sites is you can use it if you've got a smartphone, you can use it on your smartphone, and you can post something as you're going along.
Yeah. So do you have any special equipment or anything?
No, we don't. No. We don't. We just phones. We've done a couple of videos ourselves when we were doing a big funding promotion, and we actually made quite a professional promotion. I'd never say that to Tony, one of my fellow trustees, because he did it. But actually, it was with the aid of his son, because his son had got some video equipment.
Right.
So we did a video with music and to produce the justification for our bid for this funding.
Yeah.
But you don't. To be honest, your camera is good enough for most things. We've got probably hundreds, thousands of photographs that people have done over the years, and we've got videos. There must be 50 or 60 videos on Facebook that people have taken. And what we're doing with all of this is we're saying it's out there. It's for people to make use of and use. At the end of the day, we're using this. This is to promote this place here.
Yeah.
This is what our justification for being here is. Whether it be a small group, looking here in the cafe around us, I can see the young mothers in there with their little toddler, their little baby. And there might be groups looking after that. It might be the mother and baby group. It might be a particular breed of dog group. We have a group on here, bulldogs, bulldog owners, and they'll post on here that they're going to meet at a certain time outside the cafe for a walk, and that's once every few months. And they use our Facebook page to put a notice of that.
Yeah.
There are other Facebook groups out there about the park, and there are others who do it. Going back to what I said about it, you can make a choice that when people post, you can manage those posts, which means they can't make the post isn't put there until you as admin have approved it.
Yeah.
But that puts a lot of work
Yeah, of course.
on the admin. It takes away, we always felt it took away the freedom,
Yeah.
because if the admin look at something and think, no, that's wrong, we can delete it straight away.
Yeah.
We have a set of rules that you have to obey, and we justify. Most of the time you'll delete it, it says no adverts. You can delete the post, that's it. You can stop commenting, or if it comes right down to it, you delete the individual as a member. And that's it. So social media is great. It's not the be all and the end of it. The best social media is talking to people.
Yeah.
And don't forget that, please, because talking to people is the best social media that you can have.
Yeah.
How's that?
That is absolutely spot on. Thank you so much, Terry. Appreciate
All right,
it.
Nicola. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Windswept.